Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 81.25 kilograms, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Perth, Western Australia, 𝐁𝐆 Martial Arts Academy, 𝐁𝐆𝟔.
One, two, yeah. Step inside the building and I'm walking like a killer. Looking for the others, feeling that no one is iller. Wrapping up the bodies, then I lock them in the chiller. Falling like Fraser when he lost it in Manila. People always wanting us to go and kill the fakers off. And I got the right ingredients to go and make a bomb. Show you in the thoughts when the blast tear your faces off. You will see me standing in the ash when the flames are gone. On the top floor, rifle in my grasp. Plus there's another 3 snipers in the grass. Pop your head top while you're driving in your car. That's a massacre.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 83.65 kilograms, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Perth, Western Australia, Match Shark, by way of New Zealand, Ben Ferris!
𝐁𝐆𝟔 of 𝐁𝐆 Martial Arts Gym up against Ben Ferris by way of New Zealand, fighting on a Match Shark. 2 purple belts, 2 reasonably new purple belts, I think, about to throw down. And here we go, both men immediately look to engage, taking their time, head to head, standing tall. In a mania attempt, but into side control, yeah.
You got to be careful with those ones.
You do, and he's put himself in a real bad position to start with straight away.
Mellor really capitalised on that one. And
he got the arm. It's looking like it's, Ben.
Oh, God.
Good work by 𝐁𝐆 Mellor in attacking that arm. Ben Ferris did a good job in defending.
And he's out.
He just managed to get himself out.
And it looks like he's almost counter-attacking here with a leg positioning. Let's see what.
I think 𝐁𝐆 got poked in the eye on the way through there. And just put him off his stride, just a slight bit. Just see him rubbing at the eye during that entanglement, and both men come back to centre. Yeah, you got to be so careful with those Inamari rolls. They can be great, but they can also lead to real bad positions. Pushing in, both men looking to see if a very judo approach. This, pushing in against each other, taking a high position. Okay with them having an overhook or an attempt at a body lock, and Uchimata attempt to pick up. Burn through, and now 𝐁𝐆 Mellor takes bottom position. Ben Ferris on top. Looking to flatten that knee shield. Hips in. Seems very calm and cool customer, 𝐁𝐆 Mellor. Ben Ferris sits back for the leg lock. It looks like that might be... No, he's past the knee line. And 𝐁𝐆 seems quite happy to go back to guard. Both men stand back up. Very high, very, very high again. The only issue with this is that if anyone's got any kind of wrestling, can move the other man off centre line and then shoot, you're pretty much guaranteed to pick up a single. Guaranteed to pick up a single when you're standing that high.
Yeah, look, it's really telling when you see these matches and both stand up and they're prepared to stand back up, because quite often when it goes to the ground, there's at least one person that wants to keep it on the ground, but both of these are comfortable coming back to their feet.
Oh, yeah, and look, Matcha, good. That was a good attempt, but it is a sacrifice throw. And 𝐁𝐆 there just losing a little bit of composure on top. Oh, takes on top. Oh, that's a good transition there from Ben Ferris.
And he's locked up the triangle, the reverse triangle here. This is a very vulnerable position to be in if you're Sam. This is tough.
Sam's going to poke his head out.
Let's hope he doesn't leave that arm behind and he's out.
Good job. Very unusual and unorthodox style by both men. Samuel just needs to refine that composure he found at the start. He seems to have just lost a little bit of that, and we've ended up in a more scrambly position. I'm not a big fan of that.
Another Imanari that's
Not a big
gone
fan of
wrong for him. Look, after the first failure, I probably wouldn't have gone for that again, but it may well be a very significant part of his game.
It could be, but you know, when you end up on bottom side control, you know, what a bad way to lose a position when he was doing so well. I mean, some of the transitions there from Ferris were absolutely fantastic, you know, and then to end up in that position, it just seems to me to be a cheap way to end up on bottom, you know.
Yeah.
4 minutes left. And look, you know, the judo game, you know, Matt Jacques, Jiu-Jitsu, Adam Jacques, we started with Ryan McKay before, they, you know, they're confident in their judo, you know, and it can be very, very powerful when you know what you're doing. You know, I would like to see more of that from Ben Ferris if he gets the opportunity. Samuel Mellor just putting some pressure on now. Nice work from Ben Ferris. Very, very unusual style. Gets a sweep, looking for the leg lock. He's not quite on there. He's got it, but it's just not quite right.
He doesn't have that foot deep enough in his arm here to finish it off.
No.
The toes,
the toes were out, It was just not, he just didn't have enough of a bite. Now, I'd be getting on top here. I wouldn't be staying in the position. I'd be coming on top.
No, I'd like to see one of them slow it down a bit and actually look to establish some control, because there's been a lot of exchange in positions and borderline submissions, but they actually need to start slowing it down though.
Oh, beautiful attempt there by Samuel Harris. You can see the potential in both men. You
Absolutely.
can see the potential in them.
And they're obviously very opportunistic rollers with their submissions, and that's how they play it. But the exciting thing about purple belts is that they're willing to take those risks and do things a little bit unorthodox or with less control.
You calling us black belts, Borden, Joe?
We are. A bit more calculated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, both men, are putting on a show today. It's really intriguing. It's really good to watch. For me, there's just been a couple of positions where it's like, you know, you just do something slightly different there and you're going to be on top. Oh, you might even be on mount, you know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff.
That's
but
right.
You're right, Joe, you know, it's a development game, isn't it, you know?
Yeah, look, purple belt is very viewer-friendly because it looks very exciting. But some of these submissions really just need a little bit more control behind them for them to actually eventuate in the actual submission. So if either of these guys really do want to take the win of this one, they need to look to establish a bit more control.
That's such a bad position Samuel's put himself in. And he manages to come around out the back. Crazy stuff. And now passes on top.
I'm wondering if he's going to throw that leg
over the top. Now this could be dangerous. We have 2 minutes left. There's still plenty of time to look for the finish here. Looking for the armbar again. He could have pulled the arm out for the Kimura attempt there, but instead went for the armbar.
See, in that position there, I would have liked him to throw that hook in and look to actually establish that back control, because we've seen a couple of these really, flying armbar type submission attempts, but he could have really established a bit of back control there, and he chose not to.
Yeah, it's almost new wave jiu-jitsu, isn't it? You're seeing this so much, like, you know, the evolution of the sport into people who are unorthodox in their attacks, and you know, that classic style, you know, as we evolve into it. And when it goes right, it is so impressive, isn't it? You know. And it's all part of that learning process. But both men, like, I've been really impressed by the bravery, really impressed by their willingness to try things, you know. Often when you're in a competitive thing, your move set shrinks, but both men have been, you know, pulling out all the tricks today for sure. Minute left. I'm going to struggle to score this one, Joe.
Look, this one is really hard to struggle.
Yeah.
They've both gone through so many positions, so many submission attempts, and I think this last minute's really going to count and probably make the stamp on who wins it for the judges.
Yeah. I'm starting to shade towards Ben Ferris. I think he's just started to take a bit of control, and then he's on top looking for the armbar attempt. That's deep. I think he's going to tap. That looks to me as if it's deep, and there's the tap. There's the tap. Beautiful work by Ben Ferris at the end. You could tell there was a change there, wasn't it, in the way it went?
Absolutely.
Just got a bit tired, I think. Great matchup.
Well, there was so much movement there that one of them was actually bound to get tired through all of that, and it looks like Ben Ferris took that one out. But, you know, as we're saying, he did end up opting for that control position. He took them out, and he saw the opportunity for the armbar.
Your winner by submission,
and it was the right choice.
Fighting out of the red corner, Ben Ferris!
Black off, thug like niggas since 96. I want
Samuel Pay.
you years later. 𝐁𝐆𝟔. Fuck my image, I need to drop. I need